Now we hug a little longer, yeah, we kiss a little stronger. Treat our neighbor and a stranger as a friend. Yeah, we're all a little kinder. Let the earth be a reminder. We're hoping dear to grow, love has no end. For all we know, we didn't know. We lived it all the year that we stayed home.
Oh, Skylar, what episode are we on?
Are you chewing?
Are you? I know. I think we caught you on a chew. What episode?
Episode 62!
62! I mean, 62 episodes later, and we have an open. What? Look at that. Can you imagine what's going to happen? 70? I don't know. Hey, we're so happy that you're here with us. Welcome to episode 62 of Randy's Live. I want to do a shout out to our cameraman, our graphics department, our editor, director, sound guy, what else? Engineer, my husband, Andrew McGinnis. Nice job with that open.
Thank you.
That was super cute. That is a brand new song that hopefully I'll premiere in the next couple of days. Hope you liked it. We did a little rough thing here, and he put that beautiful opening together. That was cool to look back at all those fun moments that we had.
That was fun.
62. Oh my goodness, what's happening? What is
My
happening?
favorite one was the balloon.
Well, let me. Your favorite? Wait, you have a favorite?
Your favorite was what?
The balloon one, right?
The one that was on the stream, but I like all of them.
Yeah, she likes all of them, but the balloons were pretty cool. We had a balloon drop. If you haven't seen it, go back to 50. It's pretty good. We had a lot of champagne. It was a big celebration.
Balloon drop.
Let's see who is on tonight with us. We have Pasadena in the house. Hello, Rochelle. We got Patrick. San Diego's in the house. Ryan's in the house. Wendy's in the house. San Diego representing. Oh, there's a lot more of you. Okay, Pennsylvania in the house. Hi. Oh, Marsha's on. Hi, Marsha.
I'm not seeing
nice
all
to
these
see you
people.
guys. I know, it's so weird. So remember, there's a lag. So we don't, as you come on, we don't see all of you. I mean, we don't see any of you, but we don't see you all pop up. But we love it when you say hi, and we're so glad you tuned in. Let me tell you how we got to 62. We did 61. Right?
Thank
Simple
you.
math, really just counting.
And
What happened was when this whole time of social isolation happened and things started closing down, when the world sort of started closing down, I turned to Andrew and I said, maybe we should go live tonight and try to do a live every night, thinking this might go a couple weeks. Little did we know then that it would go for many, many weeks. But it was such a blessing to us because I was able to reach out to our friends, check in on people virtually, make sure they were doing okay, see our loved ones by way of Zoom, by way of FaceTime, by way of Messenger, introduce you to all of these amazing musicians and poets and artists and therapists and good people doing good deeds, these heroes that I've had the good fortune of knowing for years. And the way that I know them is because I move a lot, I try out a lot of zip codes, and also I tour a lot as an artist. So it's been so lucky that I've been allowed the opportunity to have all these people come into my life, and I wanted to bring them into your homes, and so I did that. And then we just kept going. We didn't stop. We kept going, we kept going, we kept going, and here we are at 62. And we have a great show planned for you tonight, and I could not be more excited to share my friends with you. We have so many great things planned for the next week, and I told people last night that we might start winding down a little bit. As you may know, we come to you live from Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, and Tennessee is starting to phase back in to reality carefully. We're very aware that people are hurting, and we know that it's a scary situation and there's no right answer and everyone's just trying to do their best, and we respect that. We want to do always a shout out to all of the people on the front lines that make it possible that we can stay at home with our little family. We feel so blessed and so lucky. But because things are beginning to open up, our things are changing a little bit for us. So we're going to eventually phase this out a little bit. It might not be a nightly thing, 365 days. No, probably not. But we'll see. I'm just letting you know. Okay, so things I want to talk to you about real fast before we bring on our beautiful guest this evening. We had a really nice day here. We had a lot of technical things going on, and good job, Andrew McGinnis, you worked them all out. And let's see, Skylar spent some time chatting with her cousin, playing a little bit online. You did some gym in the garage. That was really cool. You worked on your monologue that you were doing with Kelly tomorrow. That's right, acting with Kelly. She's a Broadway actress in New York, and she teaches my daughter virtually. Why? Because she's my friend. That's just what we do. Hey, so nice to see Jennifer's on in Wisconsin. We've got all the places. Hi, Sandy. So many people on from all over. That's what we did today. Did we do more than that today? Is there something else you want to add?
Yeah,
So, oh, wow, okay. Yeah, go.
Go for it. You have the floor.
now sunny.
It wasn't
And then
sunny.
It was
raining.
raining.
I know. Now it's sunny. Right when we get done and we do the show, it's always sunny. And we want it to be sunny when we go outside. Because we want fresh air.
We do. So is this your way of saying you have
I
breakfast?
might have to change that sign to say Skylar's Live pretty soon.
Are you trying to say that you did gym inside because it was raining? Yes,
We
it
did.
was raining in Nashville, and that's a lot of pink lipstick. I just want to.
Oh, I know.
It's very cute. Okay, let's talk about tonight. It's Thursday. Let's dance. That's right. Let's dance. I know I scared some of you. I know some of you thought I was going to be dancing. Fear not. I'm not dancing. Although you can find me when the world is open on any given evening, listening to live music and dancing. Andrew and I love to go dancing. Oh, Vegas, we love to go dancing. We love to see dancing. We like all the dancing. We love all the musical theater with the dancing. I've had many dance classes, but that's not my bag. Lucky for us, it's other people's bags. So I want to tell you about our first guest this evening. Well, they're our guests this evening, and how do I even start? They're dear friends of mine. I have known them for years. Their resume is really impressive. I first knew them from a school called Creative Planet of the Arts. Is that even right? I'll check real fast. I haven't said that in a while. An amazing school that gave the arts and opportunities to so many amazing children in the Los Angeles area. And also through their work choreographing for GMC LA, a choir that we've talked about many times on this show. They became dear friends of mine through their work and their love of dance, and they've really just gone on to do some amazing things as a team now. They choreograph for the CW's Legacies. If you've seen that, it's incredible. Also for GMCLA. Also their movements and dance was featured on America's Got Talent. I could keep going. Now it sounds like a whole resume. I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm going to show you because you don't talk about dance. You see it. So here we go. Here's a little of Mishka and Billy's Dance Fantasia. I just made that up. You can hashtag that. Dance Fantasia. That's what we're going to see.
And look at me, just kind of not even getting
You
it
know
ready.
why?
Hold on.
Because
Nope,
you were
wrong
so
one.
impressed
Wrong
with my
one.
introductions.
I
That's
know.
what happened. He was mesmerized. He was watching me and he was like, tell me more about these beautiful people.
I know. That's crazy.
Here we go.
Okay. Now I got it.
If that didn't make you want to hustle, I don't know. We were dancing over here. You were dancing immediately. You thought that was just going to be, that could be fun. We could just, maybe that will be our outro tonight. We'll just play that again and we'll dance. Because that just made us feel good. And if you were here checking in with me the last couple of days, you know I need a little of that in my life right now. So you know what I think we should do? I think we should check in and see if my friends Billy and Mishka are home. Do you think they're home? You know what? A lot of people are home right now. We might have some luck. What do you think? Should we check in, Skylar Faith?
Yeah.
Let's check in and see. Look at that. It's movie magic. They're home. Hey, how are you?
Hello.
So good to see you guys. We just watched your amazing reel. And, you know, I've seen live what you are able to accomplish. I've witnessed it firsthand on many levels with hundreds of dancers, with small groups of dancers. I've also seen it now on television, which is incredible to watch. But when you really see it like that, you see all the work that you've done, do you still get excited like when you see it? Like Billy, does it still make you smile when you see that? Do you?
Yeah, it brings back great memories.
Yeah, I know, right?
Fun to see everyone and
It is.
all those fun times.
I know, it's such fun.
looking
Oh,
at
it
this
makes
stuff.
you a little choky.
Don't cry, don't cry.
I know, because you're
Don't
like,
cry, girl.
remember when there were 200 of us on stage in very close proximity? We'll get to that in a minute. So
Yeah.
anyway, we always start with asking our guests where they are calling in from, because we have people on from all over the country. We even have people from Japan that check in, and Canada represented. So Billy, I'll start with you. Where are you calling in from tonight? Where are you?
West Hollywood, California.
California. Okay, and Mishka, where are you tonight?
I'm also in West Hollywood, California.
Yes.
We live like a block away.
We're very codependent choreographers.
I like that though, but I appreciate that you're somewhat social distancing. So yes, it makes it exciting that they're just in the same place. They're just one's in the kitchen. No, they're not. Well, so let's start. Mishka, I'll ask you. What were you guys doing? What was going on in your world, in the land of your duo choreography, when we got the word that the world was kind of going to stop and that people were going to have to sort of go inside? What was happening for you then?
Well, like you had mentioned before, we work on a lot of different projects. So we have been working on legacies out in Atlanta occasionally. Also working at the Disneyland Resort on shows that are taking place there. Working with Angel City Chorale, those kinds of things. So that's kind of what we were up to before all of this kind of went down.
Yeah. And so you were traveling. I know recently, so I know them obviously. People watching know that I lived in California for a long time, and that's where we worked together. But then I got word that they've been coming to Atlanta to work on Legacies, which is so sharp, by the way. It's really like a good-looking,
Thank you.
piece.
Yay! Thank you.
And I know a lot of people watching watch it and know it. So, but yeah, it was interesting to me that now you were coming to Atlanta, so travel was like a new thing for you, right? And now you were traveling. So I guess my first question would be, Billy, did they had the new season? What happened with that? Was it shut down? Did you shut down while in production? How did productions halt?
Well, lucky for us, we were here in LA, but
Okay.
they did have to shut down production 2 episodes before the end of season 2. So we just cut season 2 short, called that the season finale, and they're gonna tag on some of that at the beginning of next year.
Okay.
But luckily, we were able to wrap up our work for the first 2 seasons,
Oh.
which is now Netflix.
Yes,
Worldwide.
yeah, I saw. I know. I did my homework today. Very good. Good plug. Okay, so they did shut down because we know so many people that were out working on live shows and on productions, and things really. It wasn't like a lot of productions went, no, we'll just work a few more weeks and we'll wrap. I mean, people stopped. There was no time to wrap production, and whatever you had in the can, as Andrew would say, was go with that.
Yeah.
So that's
they were like mid
Mid-episode.
shooting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Prepping an episode.
That's crazy.
Done.
And now I'll go to Mishka for the other sort of sad part of this is that a lot of what you do is not just working with actors and dancers in television, but what you've done for many years that we just witnessed is working with large choirs. Not just GMCLA and their amazing work with up to, well, I'm sure like it had to be 200 bodies at some point, but also Angel City Chorale, which you guys know from America's Got Talent. We love them so much. So tell me a little bit about what it was like working with those large groups, and then kind of what we think might be happening now, knowing that choirs are not, engaging right now, not performing.
Yeah, well, actually, Angel City Chorale recently did like a virtual choir kind of video that they put together.
Amazing.
And that was
Amazing.
really amazing. So if you haven't
Amazing.
seen that yet, I recommend you check that out. So even though they can't physically get together like they normally would, they're still obviously connecting with each other and
Right.
making music together
Right.
Virtually.
Right.
So,
And GMC,
And we may have a project with them coming up.
that's exciting.
A
Ooh,
little like choreography.
that's a tease.
Did you just
Yeah,
drop
geez.
something? You heard it here first. Did you just
Heard it here
drop that?
So they're still trying to do some virtual performing as well.
Okay. And GMCLA, I'm sure, is not rehearsing right now at all. And those were some really big shows for you guys. So it's all sort of halted. You're in the same, and I was thinking about this today because I work with so many dancers and so many performer artists. But, I mean, there's a big thing happening right now in Tennessee where, like, gyms are possibly going back. Tennis courts are open, but basketball courts are not because they're a contact sport, which immediately made me think of dancing. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't think of more of a contact sport, Choirs are one thing and dancing is a whole other thing. So, I know that you're both smiling, but I know that we're all in this, like, what's happening? Like, we just have to go with the flow. What have you found yourself doing, Billy, during this time? I mean, has there been any virtual, do they do virtual dance classes? I know they do for my daughter, who's 7, but I don't know with what you guys do, if there is that. Tell me, Billy, what is that like?
So virtual dance classes have exploded since it's all happened, which is one of the good things from this tragedy.
Yes.
And it's allowed other people to be able to take classes from people all over the world. Like usually you could take classes in your town from the, 25 teachers near you, but now I've been taking ballet from a ballet teacher in Norway, or I can sign on to ABT's ballet classes, which is amazing. We've both been taking a lot of ballet classes during this time, which is super fun because now we can work on our technique as we become old geezers.
Okay, so I love that because I don't know that we've really discussed that from the music maker aspect of that, but not only are we able as instructors to give lessons now, because I'm also too getting calls from people that I never would have probably taught before this that are asking for lessons, but instructors now have the ability to take lessons from people that maybe you've always wanted to, but you only did a drop-in class in New York or something when you were there. That's really incredible, yeah. So wait, you were going to say something else, yeah.
Students, as a teacher, you can have 25, 35 students in your class, maybe up to 50. But friends of ours that are Zoom teaching now at their studios, they get 300 to 400 students from around the world.
There's no limit. There's no class limit anymore.
Wait, are you keeping all of their audio on, or are we muting them? Because, that's a whole lot of people going, wait, what? Hold on, Mr. Billy. That's incredible, though. I mean, I would say that is something that's come out of this. Thank goodness we have technology, right? Because I'm not sure what we would have done in another. I mean, I know we always, humans are resilient, artists are really creative, and we always find a way to create art, but this is a really different time. So I asked this of all of our theater friends in New York, and I know that you don't have a crystal ball. I know that. So it's really more because I'm interested in perspective. Do either of you have any thoughts on when we return, what this might look like, and if it might look a little different? Have you allowed yourself to think of that yet, or are you just kind of still in a holding pattern? Either of you?
It's kind of a little bit of both. I mean, we are still in a holding pattern. We don't actually know what that future is going to look like, or, I haven't gotten any word about any progress on that front about what that's going to look like. But I kind of imagine that it'll, as with everything, it's going to open up slowly. Things are going to open up slowly. We may see smaller class sizes, those kinds of things, just so that people can still maintain a safe distance from each other, especially when you're doing something like dancing. And I kind of see the same thing happening with live performances. We'll probably have to start with small groups as well.
Yes.
So I kind of feel like it'll all start small at first, and then build its way back up to what we're used to over time.
That's kind of what I'm hearing from my friends in the theaters departments too, in New York theater and in San Diego community theater and LA, that it'll start small and then build up. So, and maybe outside performances is something I'm hearing a lot about. Are you hearing this, moving to outdoor spaces as a way to... It's crazy, right? I mean, we're all about being innovative, but wow, okay, we already thought we were doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys. Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, go ahead.
I appreciate you guys so much being on and doing this and talking about, your art. And it's great for us to check in with all of the artists who do this, and this is what they do. This is all they do, and we know we're struggling, but I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. I asked some questions of everyone that comes on the show, just because I like to get a little perspective of, I like to take people's temperatures. I don't know if that's a good term right now, but emotionally of how people are feeling. So I've got 3 questions. So I'll start with, I'll do Billy first, and then I'll do Mishka, and then you can both answer the second one. So Billy, the first question is just what has been the hardest part of this time for you? What would you say has been the hardest part of this new kind of social isolation we're in?
I would say the hardest part for me is actually the part of being a choreographer, because as artists, we feed off being around other humans.
Amen.
And though we're trying to find new ways and have been finding ways to do that through Zoom and other ways to create art, it just doesn't feed the soul as much as being around people and other artists, because art is a collaborative experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that is probably the hardest part of the whole
Yes,
situation.
I hear you. I feel that too.
Oh, and that and living with Santo, my husband.
Oh, so
every
they
day.
both have lovely quarantine partners. I don't want to. He's so fun. I know. I don't believe that for a second. Love you,
Just
Santo. Okay, so Mishka, so let's flip that upside down. What would you say has been one of the silver linings? You know, and we know that there's so much pain going on and a lot of sorrow in the world, but we have found that some of our guests have found some silver linings. What have you found as a silver lining?
I think definitely the opportunity to sort of reassess what's important to you in life and what things you really need in your life has been really helpful. And it's given, at least me personally, a chance to sort of prioritize what are the most important things to me.
Yeah.
And just to sort of, use the time to do things I couldn't have done before, like take dance class every single day. I wasn't doing that before, and so that's been really nice.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Self-care.
Self-care. It's more important than we pay attention to. I mean, and especially when you are traveling also for work too, and you're going from place to place, you just like pack the suitcase, get on the road, but you find moments, of course, but I agree with you. I've heard a lot of people kind of really use this moment to kind of figure out what fuels them and what they were lacking, right? Like that maybe they need. Okay, so now you're both going to answer this one for me. So Billy first, when this is over, and again, when I came up with these questions, and I was like, oh, and then we'll be like James Lipton, and I'll ask like 3 questions. It'll be the same 3 questions every night. And I thought we would do it for like 2 weeks, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. So I understand that this could change as we go through this more, but Billy, what have you learned from this time? What have you learned?
I would say, building on what Michelle had said before, is that I realized that in order to be great artists, we have to take care of ourselves more than we have. And that what the great thing I've got out of this time is to be able to focus on things on my own that will in turn then make me a better artist in the future. Mm-hmm. I'm like looking at it like maybe all artists need a sabbatical every one month out of the year every year. Like doctors and lawyers take it, but,
they do.
And teachers,
they do.
Artists, we always think we're like having to strive for the next job, and we don't really like take care of ourselves to grow artistically and nurture that. And I feel like I've been able to do that during this time, during this tragedy. I've been able to at least nurture some of my own self-artistry and hopefully can take that with me into the future and learn from that and how I proceed in life.
I feel like this is catching on. # artist sabbatical. I feel like this is a new thing. It's gonna catch on. You heard it here first.
I feel like I booked mine already.
Okay, so Mishka, what would you say you've learned during this time? What have you learned?
I think I have learned mostly to just be patient with myself a lot, and to just kind of set realistic expectations for each day, and to be grateful for the things that we do have, and to not stress so much about the things that we're missing right now.
Amen. Yes, not mourn as much the life we've had, but we had a therapist on the other night, and she was honoring the fact that we are doing that, but also keying into being present with the life that we do have. So,
Absolutely.
yes, I like that. I'm totally taking that to heart. You made me want to do a lot of things, like go take a dance class and not feel bad that I missed a few days of my 30 days of yoga. It's fine. I'm honoring that. I'm honoring it.
Yeah.
Well, I loved connecting with you again. See, makes me so happy because you know how I feel about you guys. I love you. I love your people. And I'm so happy for your success. And I can't wait till you can do it again and do it in a way that you really love until I get out to California or you get to Nashville, because I'm telling you, we had big plans. We had big plans that we were going to meet up because Atlanta's not far.
It's 4 hours.
4 hours. But until then, please take care and stay safe and hug everyone for me. Big love. And I appreciate you being here today, okay?
You as well.
Love
Thank
to
you
you
so
too.
much.
Yes, love you guys. Yay! Let's dance. Those are my friends. How amazing are they? That reel was spectacular. Interestingly enough, they were mentioning some of their work with Angel City Chorale. Sue Fink is their director, and she's going to be one of our guests next week. She's incredible, and they're incredible, and they have a really neat working relationship with them, too, and you can check it out on YouTube. You can see it all on America's Got Talent if you just Google that. Their work's fantastic. Also, Billy and Santo worked with me at a wonderful school for the arts, and so they're just good, giving people. Their people are great people. So thanks for allowing me to bring my friends into your home tonight. Maybe you're watching from your kitchen or your living room or your backyard or your porch or something, or maybe like someone went on the other day and said, "I'm watching you while I'm driving," and I thought it's not safe, but okay. I mean, I'm glad you're on, but I don't know how you can do that. Are you able to do that? Hey, Elizon, nice to see you. And Will is on. Santo is rude. Yes, no. Funny. Hi, Jennifer. Boston's in the house. Hi, Mary Lou. So tonight is dance night, and I wanted to take an opportunity to mention another group of dancers. And I hinted at this, or maybe shared it a few weeks ago. We had a friend of mine on, a beautiful cellist that I know from New York, who's now in Pittsburgh, named Dave Egger. And he came on in the early, I mean, we might have still been in the teens. He was one of the first guests I had on, and he played for you so beautifully. Dave and I have collaborated on a lot of my CDs over the years. And he told me that he was actually quarantined in Pittsburgh, I believe it is, not where he lives, and that he was working with a theater company, a dance company that he has worked with for a good deal of time, called Attack Theater. And they did this incredible project, and I was blown away when he emailed me, and the director, Daniel, came to me and said, would you collaborate on this project? And so, as artists, we're constantly looking for ways to connect, and it's a whole new world right now. It's a new age of virtual creating. And so through the art forms of dance and original music and cello diary, they're doing this super cool thing called the Cello Diaries. So through instrumentation and dance, and I said that backwards, and live music, they asked me to create a little piece, and then unbeknownst to me, these incredible artists put this gorgeous piece together. They were founded in 1994, and their mission is to explore sort of the way I'm kind of interpreting it is everyday the human condition, I guess, through the arts and original music and dance, and put it all together. So this is one of the pieces that I was able to be involved with and collaborate with them from their cello diaries, and there's more up on YouTube right now, but take a look if you will. This is pretty awesome, and I'm super proud of it.
I gotta push play.
all because, as Billy was saying, you know, there's so many hardships. I have dear friends right now, in different parts of the country, in New Jersey and in Los Angeles, who have lost their loved ones. Just heard of another friend today whose mom is ill from this disease, someone who Ryan Forbes and I have collaborated with. People are sick, they're still in hospitals, people are still on ventilators, people are still passing away. And so I'm very moved by the fact that this theater group sort of took this opportunity to use dance to express something we were feeling. And the feelings behind this particular session, or like I guess episode it would be of their cello diaries, was to take the feeling of this longing to be outside. And I mean, even if I didn't tell you that and you watched that piece, you would be like, oh, yeah, to be outside again. And so it was beautiful because like one of the blessings they were talking about, Mishka and Billy, was that I was able to collaborate with Dave Egger, and we don't get a chance to do that very often. And so I put a vocal line down here in Nashville, and then he put the beautiful cello arrangement around it, and then the dancer came up with that beautiful piece. And so it speaks to me on many levels. It's just another testament to artists who are trying to create, not just because we need to create, but because we feel that the earth and that humans sort of see art as a connection. And so no matter what kind of art you're doing, no matter what you're doing, honestly, if your art is baking, or if your art is caring for someone, if your art is gardening, or if your art is smiling at a neighbor, or if your art is, taking blood, working in a hospital, that's your given art. You know, you're doing something. It's like there's momentum behind what you're doing, and that in turn feeds the world, and it comes back and it feeds your soul. I truly, truly believe that. So the artists, you know, the people that use things like dance and music and fine arts and stuff, we're finding ways to express these human roller coaster emotions that we're having. What? See, I just had one right there, right on the air. I just had a roller coaster of emotion, but I didn't cry, so that was good. That would have been the third night in a row that I've cried. So kudos to Attack Theater, their beautiful work, and I was told that there's another episode on, and I'll go in the comments and I'll try to put a link to the new one that's up. And as you saw, we didn't show the whole thing. It's about 15 minutes long, but they have artists from all over the country and all over the world now that are participating in this. So kudos to you for doing that. Thanks for being here tonight on our dance episode. This was so fun. We definitely have to do this again because I know some incredible dancers all over the country that I'd love to, all over the world that I'd love to introduce you to. And we've had fun this evening. Hey! Oh, it's so good to see you. Hi, Amanda. I sincerely think every song can be a Randi Driscoll song. Maybe I can't, but I want it to. Oh, don't you dare look back. Just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said ooh, shut up and dance actually, I'm not dancing tonight. I'm not sure. But she dances some nights, but not every night. Chair dancing is also highly acceptable, though.
Yep.
Hey, this was a great, great show. I love to check in with my people. Thank you so much for checking in with us every night. We have a great set of shows coming up. Tomorrow is Fun Friday. We have a game show for you. That's right. Why? Because they're fun. And we could all use a little fun right now. We've got great musical guests coming up. We have great artists coming up to share with you this weekend. We've got awesome talent. I'm going to try really hard to put our guests up so that you know what's happening for the next few nights, and you can kind of be sure to check in. Please subscribe. I don't remember to say this all the time, though, to my YouTube channel, because when this is over and we do the lives a little bit differently, it'll be great if you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can check out what's happening and always be aware when we do put one up.
And all of them are up on YouTube right now.
All
The past
are up.
episodes. Yeah.
Nice job, Daddy. 61
I created a
episodes
playlist,
up.
so
So you can just binge watch.
binge
you can
watch.
binge watch Randy's live. Hey, have a great night. Skylar, what do you want to tell them? Shut up and dance with me. Do-do-do. What do you want to say? You see yourself?
yeah, I know.
okay.
She's
was
just
wondering what was
one.
happening there. That's right. Woo! Okay, go ahead. What do you want to tell them? Your
Nope.
your vibe attracts your tribe, and we love